Good afternoon. Today is January 6th, and we thank God for the year. So today I'm going to talk a little about politics. I'm not going to go deep because I know with the upcoming videos I'll be going deep. So first I was asking myself, why do people vote the way they do? Every time when you are voting, you find a certain region votes a certain way, which might be different from other regions, but you find that region specifically votes in a specific way. Then I was reading through some documents. The politicians have learned this craft of making people more emotional during the politics. So when a person is highly emotional, they are less likely to think creatively, or even to make or even to make a decision using common sense. You find that after election, you're going to see things clearly. You're going to say, we elect this person, but it does not work. Why did we do this? You're going to look at your MP and say, as much as we voted for this MP, we have seen him for several terms and he has not been working for us. However, during the campaign and the time for voting, these people will look like angels. These people will come with money. They will give you handouts. They will say everything good that they might do, and you're going to believe them just because you are emotionally whipped, and you will not even think about the consequences of what might happen. So again, people do not their interest, do not put their interest first. What do I mean by saying that? During the campaign period, the politician will come and start competing who is better than the other. So when people try to pick sides, they will pick one person, and when that person comes and presents their people, the people who are going to vote, or the voters, will even not think about each individual person who is presented to them by the person they have liked as their president. That makes them highly volatile to making bad decisions, and that's why we make very bad decisions, or we make the decision, or we vote the way we vote as blocks during the campaign period. That said, I have been following politics. I've been following politicians over the weekend, and many of them now are trying to make people fight against each other, so that by the time it is electioneering period, each politician is going to have his gang. They are going to have their people who are going to fight for them, or people who are going to stand with them opponents. Starting with Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria now is labeling Gachagua as the enemy of Mount Kenya. As much as Gachagua is trying to present himself as the kingpin of Mount Kenya, Moses Kuria is standing up against him. He even said that if Gachagua continues the way he is doing his things, Moses Kuria is going to defect into UDA. As much as we don't know clearly if Moses Kuria has been working for the UDA party, but we have seen some elements. For instance, when he was the president advisor, you cannot be the president's advisor, or you cannot work for the state and yet be against the state. Although he resigned from that position, we cannot know exactly what made him resign, and if he was just planted, as Gachagua said, that is one of the wheelbarrows that Ruto is using to divide Mount Kenya. That said, I'm not saying that either Moses Kuria or Gachagua are one of the good people in Mount Kenya. However, I will say that when they continue this kind of fight, by 2026 or by 2027 during the election period, people are going to be divided into sections. Some are going to be following Moses Kuria, others are going to be the heads of Gachagua. And due to the high emotions that rise during the electioneering period, these people are not even going to think about the things that these people have done. They are not going to think about how evil Gachagua was when he was coming in, when he was the deputy president. Many people complained that he was involved in many scandals that deprived people of their livelihoods or even their basic needs, like the medicated nets, mosquito nets. I'm not sure about those claims, but those were some of the claims that were laid on what Gachagua said. Even others said that he grabbed land from them. When time comes for elections, people are not going to think about this because of the high emotion that come and take away our common sense or even our reasoning or even thinking about the past or what has happened in the past. Again, Moses Kuria has not been a saint. Moses Kuria has worked with this government that people are fighting a lot. And if it tries the mass that is going to capture over that period, these people are not even going to think about that the fact that Moses Kuria was in this government when the government was making a lot of the bad decisions that has put Kenya into a compromised position. Moses Kuria, in his fight against Gachagua, he has accused the former deputy president of very grave mistakes that he did. He even said that Gachagua was involved in unaliving one of our girlfriends, and he also put Gachagua and his wife in one basket, even to the extent of calling Gachagua's wife a fake pastor. I'm going to attach some of those tweets here so that you can read them. Away from Gachagua, I was looking at Gathoni wa Muchomba's timeline, and she presents herself as the spokesperson of her people of Githunguri and Mount Kenya as a team, as a group. Also, Gachagua, not Gachagua, Gathoni wa Muchomba was very, very, very clear, saying that no matter how much they are intimidated as Mount Kenya leaders, their chances of joining DCP now before 2027 are very limited or are very low. She says that as much as Gachagua is selling DCP as the political party of Mount Kenya, Gachagua is not even, his name does not even appear in the records of the political party. She called the political party of, let me read, of Malala. She said that, I can read the whole, let me read the whole tweet. Sasa Wamujoro ametumia kifua na matusi to intimidate me to join DCP. That she's trying to say that Gachagua is insulting everyone in Mount Kenya and forcing them to join DCP, because when DCP becomes the political party of Mount Kenya, maybe they will have a voice, or they will speak together and they will be listened to by the state, or the people will take the leadership of the country. I need to lay the facts for him. When he was the DP, he did the same to intimidate me when I voted no in Finance Bill 2023. Got deflated him painfully. Here, Gathoni wa Muchomba is reflecting back in 2024 June, when they were voting for Finance Bill 2024-2025. Gathoni wa Muchomba was against it because the people said no. She said the reason for voting no towards that finance bill is because when the finance bill was tabled, she went back to her people and listened to them. And when the people said that she should vote no because of the reason that they gave, she had no otherwise but just to vote no. However, that time Gachagua was the DP, or the deputy president of Kenya, and she said that he intimidated her because she voted no. He tried to intimidate her. She continued to say he started a party which he claims is a Mlima party, and all of us must join. Yet, from all RPP records, is not even an official, let alone a party leader. You see, she's saying that as much as Gachagua is trying to amass people of the Mount Kenya, is trying to put them into one basket of DCP. She calls it Maskio Party. The party does not belong to Gachagua, and neither is Gachagua even an official of the party. With that, she means that even if Mount Kenya people go into DCP, Gachagua does not have the power to control what the party is going to do with those people, or with the power that they're going to gain by controlling Mount Kenya and the wealth of the votes that comes from Mount Kenya. If really, she continued to say, if really this party is strong, why can't Medho, Karungo and Nyutu resign first, then we elect them through the new Maskio party? I am not joining Maskio party, and I am in UDA until 2027. As I said back then, I said that Gathoni Wamuchomba has declared that she's going to be in UDA till 2027. But she's saying that if these people are already in UDA first, and yet they have another political party, which is DCP, if they really feel that DCP is influencing Mount Kenya and they have the power to control Mount Kenya, why can't they resign and become part of the larger Mount Kenya, and we see whether they are going to be elected? With Gathoni's proclamations and whatever she has been saying about lifting the economic status of her people of Githunguri through milk, through coffee, through tea, I do not want to judge her or even Wamunyoro for fighting to bring the people of Mount Kenya together. Yes, when I started, I said that now is the time when every politician is trying to bring people to their basket. Everyone is trying to convince people that they are the right leader for them. And if people do not look clearly through the lies that the politicians are going to be peddling around, from now up to the election period, people are going to make the same mistake. They're going to vote the same bad leaders. They're going to vote the same weak leaders. And we will have another 5 years of complaining that we wish we knew we would have elected better people. Away from Gathoni Wamuchomba, I looked at other people, and I was looking at how ODM is doing their things since the Baba's demise. Rest in peace, Baba. ODM has not been doing very well. ODM has now turned back into a village political party, just like KANU. During the Moi's era, KANU was a very strong party. But once Moi came from the power, KANU became very divided and it weakened a lot. The same thing, the same fate is getting into ODM. Now ODM is accused, the ODM officials or the elected politicians of ODM party now are accusing each other of how they are not doing everything possible to make the party prosper. They are fighting each other in between, and you know, when a house fights together, it becomes even weaker than when they are being attacked from outside, because attacks from outside might make the party stronger, because people know when you attack these people, it seems that these people are strong by themselves and they do not need you. So the only leverage that you have as an outsider is to fight them. So people might support these people just to make you feel bad. So when ODM fights together, or they fight among themselves, that makes them even weaker. They cannot even control some of their core regions. I was reading a tweet from, like, I cannot remember the name, but I don't think it's a tweet, or it was Millie Odhiambo, or one of the female leaders from Nyanza was saying that even there are small parties which are coming up or are sprouting from the ODM stronghold, and that is a big threat. So that means that ODM is not doing very well. I am going to read. I don't know whether I have one of the tweets. Let me read this one tweet from Lenda Molekina. This is from the Ragos, that the stories that arose over the weekend, that if it were not for Uhuru's efforts to put ODM down, ODM and the Baba would have won the election in 2022. Then they said that the reason why ODM lost, or why the Azimio la Umoja lost the election, is because of the the agents who are sent to the political to the stations, who were not paid, and maybe they let the election to be stolen. So Lendama Alekina said Uhuru did not give Junet Mohammed money for agents. He kept the 500 million meant for agents. Edwin Sifuna is not speaking the truth. So Edwin Sifuna has been saying that Junet Mohammed is the one who's mismanaged the funds, and also, however, many people from ODM are saying that that is not correct. Some are saying that it is Uhuru who sabotaged the whole movement of Azimio la Umoja. However, some of them are also saying that it is not Uhuru, it is some of the ODM people or the people from Azimio as a whole. I don't know what the truth is beyond that, because unless now they tell us everything that they are saying and you understand it from their viewpoint, there's no way we can assert. There's no way I can be certain whatever they are saying is true, because we understand politicians can use anything. They will leverage any word or anything for their gain. They are going to say the truth. They are going to mix them with a lot of lies, so that they can have people who are going to follow them. As much as they see people interested in some of the things that they are saying, they will say them courageously with a lot of courage, and they will not even allow a chance for people even to think twice. They are going even to complicate the truth with lies to make it look like whatever they said, even if they made some allegation correct, so you will not know, you cannot differentiate between what is right and what is wrong, and that's what keeps people hooked towards these politicians, just trying to understand, is what they said true, or is it wrong, or is it false? And if that was true, why did the other side do that? And if the other side now is claiming that whatever is said against them is not true, why should they not parade or put up the truth as it is? And even why can they prosecute each other? However, these politicians understand each other, and they know that it is the people who are the products, or it is the people who are important to them. They are not important to each other. No matter how much they fight against each other, these people will never fight in the locked doors. They will just fight in the front of our eyes. And when they go in the boardrooms, these people are going to be sipping tea, laughing with each other, helping with each other as much as they can, so that they can remain in power and control the echelons of power. Again, as I finish, I was going through Twitter. I read one tweet from Morara Kebaso. Morara Kebaso was one of the people, together with Kasmuel, who came up into the limelight during the 2024 June Maandamano, that they were speaking for the Gen Z. These are the people who are talking for the young people. And since they presented themselves as the leaders of the Gen Z, for some time they gained that popularity, and they were seen as the people who are going to help. Are they going to amass the masses? Are they going to control the Gen Z population, and maybe control the voice of these young voters who contribute a large percentage of the voters in Kenya? So this is what Morara Kebaso said. If we had Gen Z political party today, we would have won at least 150 seats in parliament. We would have the power to control the budget and reduce wastage, corruption and reckless borrowing. We would have rejected the appointment of incompetent officials. We would even impeach the president if he plays hanky-panky with us. But we invalidated each other's voices. Huyu ni molo, huyu ni mwizi, huyu amelipwa, and huyu ni sayop, etc. So here Morara Kebaso is talking about his misfortunes when he tried to become the voice of the Gen Z. Many people were against him, and mostly not because he tried to parade himself as the leader of Gen Z, but because of the way he came up. He started as the voice of the truth. However, at the rate at which he was asking people for money, and the money is one of the killers of progress. The the rate at which he was asking people for money, people lost interest in him, and they tried to cancel him as much as they can. That's why he's in Chakti Party. Even I think it died because he does not talk about it as much. However, as Gen Z or as young people of Kenya, if we do not have an umbrella of people who are going to talk for us, we are going to amass ourselves in some political party which we are going to support the same political people, or the political parties and the political voices that we have been fighting as people. As much as you have been saying that Ruto, Gachagua, Kalonzo, these people are bad, if as young people we do not have a voice that is representing ourselves in the power ranks, there is no way we are going to keep these people away from making their decisions and even leaving us out. With that said, we have seen with the current voter registration that the youths are not registering as voters. That is one of the red flags that you have as youths. Again, when a youth comes up with the ideas on how he is going to become the voice of the youth, we try to put them down as much as we can. I don't know if we genuinely do that, or there are some influence outside our abilities, or there are people who are controlling the narrative that when you come up as a youth leader, you're just being a mole, or you're being used by other bigger people to control the little ones. However, what I would say, as Morara Kibasi is saying, if we do not come together and form a party, or even try to control as much people whom we are putting in political power, we are not going to have any voice or any say in what we are going to do. And if we'll need to get any chance to control what the politics are saying, or the policies are going to be made in the country over the next 5 years after election 2027, we'll have to put a lot of young people into these political seats. And the only way to do that is to have a lot of young people voting. Because when you talk to the older people do not see young people as potential leaders. They see them as the potential leaders of tomorrow. However, I would like us to reason together. If the young people whom we are saying that they are the leaders of tomorrow, they are already parents, and they are leading their families in the best way they can, how comes we cannot trust them with the leadership of the country? If these people are controlling the finance that they have to raise their families, and they are raising their families right, how do we even think that these people are too young to control the budget of our country? So let us reason together, let us sit together as young people and come up with ideas on how we are going to control the election come 2027. We have only one shot. We have one bullet, as Baba always used to say, and that bullet is your vote. If you do not vote right, you are going to have wrong leaders in the position. If you have wrong leaders in position, you are going to cry for the next 5 years. And if you are not ready to cry for the next 5 years, you're going to go back to the streets. And you know what that means. You're going to be shot down. Most of us are going to be abducted. We are going to be killed. And we have no voice. We have nothing to say against that. If you have seen, the government always passes policies that favor them. They passed policies that control the free speech. They said that the cyber security policy, if you speak against the government, no matter how soft your voice is, they are going just to twist it as much as they can, just to put it as a cyber security breach of law. So, young people, I'm talking to you now. If you have an idea, or if you have a thought of making Kenya a better place and having young people as leaders, take your vote, register as a voter now. Make sure during the 2027 election you vote. Don't be intimidated by anyone to vote for the people you don't like. Again, when these people come with handouts, even if you take the handouts, make sure you have your people who you are ready to vote for. Even if they do not have money, even if they do not have money to give you, make sure these people are the ones who are going to get your vote. Ask them to vote for them. You can eat their money and vote against them. So let us vote wisely and let us reason about our future. Lastly, I want to leave you with this question. With the current setup, let us say if we went into election with the current setup, that is the UDA setup, the people in the government now and the people in the opposition, who would you choose to lead our Kenya? Do you trust either side, or do we have a chance to build a better Kenya led by youths, led by the people who have interest for a better Kenya and who want to see Kenya in a better future? Think about that and let us make Kenya a better place for us all and for the future generations. Thank you.